Hi folks, how you doing? This is Iqbal with NVDA Analysis and Assessment. As I expected, NVIDIA made a good progress today. We'll make a further assessment regarding NVIDIA price movement in this video using technical charts, fundamentals, and data analysis. Now, let's get started. Starting with the daily summary, NVIDIA opened at 136.28. It made a high 139.79. It made a low 135.12 and it closed at 139.67. That is 3.69% up. Today's Nvidia price movement is perfectly in line with my assessment that I made in my previous video. My price target for this week was 140. In fact, Nvidia almost touched 140 in just one day. So next few days, I'm still hoping Nvidia can go further up, but it can make a little correction within next 4 days. But overall trend, in my opinion, is up. Last 5 days, Nvidia is still up about 8.46%, and if you take a look year to date, Nvidia is still up about 189%. So it made a little correction in last few weeks. And as I mentioned in my previous videos, that those were just correction. And some people were talking about Nvidia a downtrend has started, and people were talking about Nvidia would touch 100. But I strongly disagree with those kind of analysis. Now let's take a look forward P for Nvidia and other AI stocks. NVIDIA forward P at this point is at 40.37, so it's just above 40. So kind of make NVIDIA more stable versus when NVIDIA forward P was below 40. Okay, so NVIDIA forward P between 40 and 50 is more stable for NVIDIA price movement. Palantir 237.32 forward P continues to go up. Today was comparatively a quiet day for Palantir, and the reason I think that it already made a good jump on Friday, more than 8% in just one day. I was expecting Palantir to go up because it started trading in Nasdaq 100. Hopefully, it might catch up in next few days. But at the same time, you see that last few weeks Palantir continued to go up. So a correction is due on Palantir. So anytime the correction can happen for 10 to 15%. SMCI at this point forward P is 10.20. Even if SMCI is not included in Nasdaq 100 anymore, but still I think SMCI has more potential to go up. SMCI at this point is highly underpriced. AMD forward piece 28.13. So AMD also had a very good day, about 4% jump today. As I mentioned in my previous video, that below 30 forward P for AMD is not stable. So anytime I was expecting AMD to make a big jump. And that's what we saw today. And more potential for AMD to go further up in next few days, in my opinion. Now let's take a look quarterly percentage change analysis for NVIDIA. So based on the cumulative percentage change, NVIDIA at this point is below 3.6%. So based on the cumulative percentage change, NVIDIA is down about 3.68% on cumulative basis from the previous earnings report. And as I showed you in my previous videos, the minimum point NVIDIA touched was 12.8% in the last quarter, and in this quarter, it's already touched 11.9% down. And based on that, I was hoping NVIDIA to go a few more percentage down, but it did not happen. So NVIDIA already touched 126 sometime last week or so, and now it started gaining momentum. And it's a good sign for NVIDIA stockholders. Now let's take a look technical charts for Nvidia. You see 90-day hourly interval chart for Nvidia on your screen and also the Fibonacci levels and also MACD chart you see here. So starting with the Fibonacci levels, as I mentioned in my previous videos, that 126.8 was a strong support level for Nvidia. So Nvidia tried to touch multiple times to this level last week and before last week, but it was not able to go below 126. And it got a pullback from there. At this point, Nvidia is trading around 140.6, and that's also a strong resistance level, in my opinion, based on the Fibonacci 23% retracement. So it would be interesting to see if Nvidia can break 140 in the first attempt or it would take multiple attempts to break it. In my opinion, it might take more than one attempt to break 140 this week. And after that, we have another resistance level, and that's all time high, and that's 152.89. Now let's take a look at MACD. You see the strong momentum on Nvidia, very steep curve. So we see that today and also on Friday, Nvidia had a good momentum. It started to come down a little bit in the afternoon, but still the momentum is there. And it also says that there might be a possibility for a little correction on Nvidia tomorrow, but overall the momentum is positive. Now let's take a look at some news regarding Nvidia. You see some news regarding Nvidia and overall market. So let's take a look this one that says that Nvidia stock is rising. What's helping the AI chip maker? From barons.com. Let's open it. So it does not tell any specific reason why Nvidia is going up except the fact that says Morgan Stanley on Friday issued a bullish report on AI chip companies. And they also raised the price target from 166 to 168. And they also mentioned that the supply constraint and the possible delays are no longer a concern. So, in my opinion, 168 is very much achievable for NVIDIA, and it won't take too much time for NVIDIA to reach 168, probably in next few months. I think NVIDIA should touch 168. So now if you scroll down further, I do not find any specific news regarding NVIDIA that we should be discussing. Pretty generic at this point regarding NVIDIA and overall tech stocks. So now let's take a look my watch list for NVIDIA regarding other AI stocks. So you see that most of the AI stocks, the tech stocks are positive today with the exception of Microsoft and SoundHound. SoundHound is down about 6% and that makes sense because the last few weeks SoundHound had a very good time. So some correction is due on SoundHound, possibly another 10 to 15%. Now let's take a look economic data due for this week. So as you see on your screen, not much was due today and tomorrow. Nothing is scheduled. On Wednesday, we have Christmas holiday. And Thursday, we have initial jobless claims. Probably that could be important. And also on Friday, nothing much. So, pretty quiet week we have for this week. And that's a good sign because, in my opinion, that would add less volatility to the market. So I guess that's all about my analysis and assessment for NVIDIA for this week. I hope you liked the video. Thank you so much for watching. Talk to you more in the next video. Take care.